Ono što ćemo sledeće čuti je jedan od najpopularnijih univerziteta među našim studentima. Prošle godine smo upisali čak 25 studenta na programe Univerziteta Cattolica iz Milana, univerzitet koji je već dosta poznat među našim studentima i zaista nudi najrazličitije studijske oblasti iz različitih studijskih polja, da tako kažemo. Danas je sa nama nova predstavnica Univerziteta Cattolica. Vi ste do sada navikli na Matea, ali sada imamo jednu entuzijastičnu mladu damu koja će predstaviti Univerzitet Cattolica, nadamo se, na najbolji način. Sada, hi Ariana. Can you hear me?
Hello everyone. Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Hello, how are you?
How are you? How do you like the study abroad week so far?
I had incredible meetings so far. Honestly speaking, congratulations. Amazing students that were lovely to chat with them. Prepared, they already know a lot about a university, already knew what I want to do. And from a human point of view, amazing people I really enjoyed to talk to. So really congratulations to you and your students and your staff.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it in the first 2.5 hours of our event. And now feel free to share your presentation.
Okay, sure.
I will pass all the questions. When you see my, picture of me, that means we have some questions. So I will feel free to interrupt you time to time. And then, yeah, I can see your first slide. You can start whenever you feel ready.
So thank you so much. For those who don't know me, my name is Arianna Malavasi, and I am the New Balkans Area Manager at Cattolica International Education Office. So thank you so much, the Cattolica, for having me here today. Even if just virtually, it's a pleasure to be here, spending some time with you, having the chance to tell you more about Universita Cattolica, that is affectionately known just as Cattolica by our Italian students and international students. You want to know that I usually travel the world to meet with students and parents, but because of the pandemic, I can just be with you virtually today. But I will be happy to tell you more about Cattolica and about Italy, and hopefully you will decide to study with us and apply for one of our programs. So as I always tell to my students and parents that I meet while I travel the world and while I have digital meetings is that I think that Italy has one big fault. Italy is just too beautiful, okay? Italy is too beautiful, so students and parents consider it mainly as a tourist destination. And talking to students before this presentation, I had the chance to know that many of you already visited Italy as tourists. But Italy has way more to offer, okay? I see your lives brighting up because you see yourself strolling Milan, Florence, Naples with a gelato in hand. But, come do that, come to Italy and do that. But there are so many more reasons why you should consider Italy and Cattolica specific as an excellent study destination for you, for your future studies. Because Italy is, yes, synonym to high quality healthcare system, the best in the world, to excellent food, excellent wine. Italy is synonym to made in Italy, Gucci, Salvatore Ferragamo, Ferrari, Lamborghini. These are all Italian names, but something you don't know is that some of the oldest universities in Europe, in the world, were actually founded in Italy during the Middle Ages, during the Renaissance period. In Italy, we have more than 90 universities, okay, more than 90 universities, 96, divided into two sectors. The university sector, where you have public universities, private universities recognized by the Italian Ministry of Education, which is important for you to know, because it means that if you study at Cattolica, for example, you have access to all the scholarship opportunities that are given to students applying for public universities programs, and you have online universities. Then you have what we call the AFAM sector, AFAM sector, which includes design schools, and you may be hearing from them later, state academies of fine arts, legally recognized private academies of fine arts, national dance academies, state and private music conservatories. So Cattolica is the largest private university in Europe, recognized by the Italian Ministry of Education. Let's have a super quick look at the Italian higher education system in case you are not familiar with it. So for high schoolers who are participating in this presentation, you want to know that an undergraduate degree is called in Italian laurea triennale. It is a 3 years undergraduate program, and students holding this title, bachelor degree, can either enter the job market or apply for a Master of Science degree at any Italian or international university. As you can see from this slide, students at their last year of high school, senior students, can as well apply for a single cycle degree. And we offer a single cycle degree in medicine and surgery, English taught, at Universita Cattolica del Sacro Cuore. If you want to access a medicine and surgery program in Italy, you don't need to take any pre-year, foundation year, pre-med year. You apply when you are a senior student, you do the entrance exam, you get into the program, okay? And there's an entrance exam you have to take. I'm not saying it easy, just you don't have to do any pre-med course, any pre-med year. For those of you who are considering coming to Cattolica for a master program, you need to know that a Master of Science program in Italian is called Laurea Magistrale. It lasts for 2 years. It is academic focused, and it enables students to apply for a PhD after graduation at any Italian or international university, because as I said, Cattolica is recognized all over the world. If you want to do something that is not that much academic focused, or if your background is not 100% consistent with the master program you want to apply for, well, you should consider applying for a 1 year specializing master, okay? Because 1 year specializing masters are not just academic focused. They are more practical based, I would say. They prepare you for a job career, okay? So I would say that you can focus on a specializing master if this is something you might be interested in, because you won't just have academic classes. They are usually organized during the first half of the academic year, but you also take an internship. You will be joining a consultancy project during the second part of the academic year. Just keep in mind, if you do the 1 year specializing master, you jump into the job world after that. And you do not apply for a PhD because you won't just be eligible for that. You won't get enough credits. I'm sure you are quite familiar with these sentences about the Italian higher education system, but let's see together if they are true or false, if they are myth or truth about the higher Italian education system. So I need to know Italian to study in Italy. Of course, this is a myth. This is false. Otherwise, I won't be here talking to you today. We offer programs that are fully taught in English. But at the same time, and I recommend this to all the students listening to us today, if you want to live in Italy, you want to get the most from your experience here, you want to study a little bit of Italian language. If you want to go to France, you're studying a little bit of French. If you want to go to Germany, you would study German. If you want to come to Italy, if you are admitted at Universita Cattolica, try to get that basic Italian language level, because it will help you in many ways. First of all, interacting with local people. If you want to travel around Italy, if you want to fly to Sicily, okay, during the summer, you want to be able to talk to local people, and maybe they don't speak any English. But even more importantly, you'll have better chances to be selected for a part-time job or for an internship if you speak a little bit of Italian. Because yes, you can do that. Students on a resident permit for study purpose are entitled to work up to 20 hours per week here in Italy. And important, they may also apply for a temporary permit of stay after graduation. This temporary permit of stay after graduation, which lasts 12 months, will allow fresh graduates to legally live in Italy and looking for a job. And if you know Italian, you have more chances to get one within 12 months. Let's talk about tuition fees. Many students are worried because we are private universities, they will be penalized, they will spend a lot of money because you are non-European students. This is not the case for Italy, and this is not the case for Universita Cattolica del Sacro Cuore. As I said to the students I talked to in the morning, higher education in Italy is considered a right and not a privilege, also for non-European Union students. So you will not be penalized cost-wise for having a non-EU passport, okay? You can apply for the university scholarship. You can apply for the regional scholarships if you want. The university scholarship is merit-based. The regional scholarship, Educati SU, is merit and needs-based. We'll talk more about this later. But keep this in mind, okay? Money matters, we know that, and we'll support you in every possible way. There is no unified application process or costs at Italian universities. This is 100% true. There is not UCAS, such a thing as you have for the UK universities, for example. In Italy, each university has its own entrance requirements, its own timeline, its own application procedure. That's why the support of the Academica is important for you. So always check what are the entrance requirements of the university you want to apply for, the program you want to apply for. Last sentence, let's see together if it's a myth or a truth. Location makes a difference. This is 100% true, okay? And we know that, and that's why at Cattolica we have 5 campuses spread across the country in 5 iconic cities, because location does make a difference. It is not the same to study in Milan, Piacenza, Rome, or Palermo in Sicily. It really depends on what you want to do, the kind of lifestyle you want to have. So select the university that is the best fit for you, but also the city that is the best fit for you. And we never talk about the best university, the best city. We always talk about the best fit. What it is the best fit for me might not be the best fit for you or for your friends. So we said location does make a difference, yes. But why 5 campuses spread across the country? Can I study the same programs at Cattolica Milan campus and Cattolica Rome campus? The answer is no, because location does make a difference. Otherwise, I would have never said that, right? Each of the cities where the 5 campuses are located in has its own peculiarities, its own characteristic. And our faculties, the University Cattolica, takes advantage, I would say, of these peculiarities. And we try to maximize their potential. So we take Milan, for example, okay? Milan is the main commercial, financial center, marketing and design center here in Italy, okay? It's a regular host of international events. And I was walking around the campus a couple of days ago, and I thought, oh, it's time for the Fashion Week. It's true. Milan is one of the big 4 hosting cities of the Fashion Week, with Paris, New York, and London. It's happening in Milan now. I was walking around the campus and I see some workers nearby the Milan campus building up what I think was a contemporary art installation. And that was for the Fashion Week. We will have here in Italy the Winter Olympic Games organized in 2026. And they will be organized between Milano and Cortina d'Ampezzo, so the most dynamic, the most international city we have. The majority of our international students are studying actually in Milan, because in Milan we host a lot of English taught programs and 8 schools in total. School of Banking, Finance and Insurance Sciences, the School of Economics, the School of Humanities, School of Political and Social Sciences, Foreign Languages, Literature, Law and Psychology. Then we have a small campus in Brescia with nanoscience labs and physics labs that is dedicated to IT, physics, mathematical studies. Brescia is very, very close to Milan, a very rich city in the north of Italy, lower prices compared to Milan, and it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site itself. And it's also the city of origin of the Franciacorta sparkling wine. If we have wine lovers here in Brescia, you will find the Franciacorta. Then you have 2 campuses in Piacenza and Cremona. Peculiar because they are located in what we call the Italian Food Valley, okay? What does it mean, Italian Food Valley? It means that the majority of the companies active in the agri-food sectors are actually located there. And we have more than 50,000 companies in that area. Parmalat, Mutti, Latteria Soresina. That's where our students interested in agriculture and food economics, agricultural studies go to take their internship. And then we have a campus in what is the political capital of the country, the city of Rome, the eternal city. And there, the school, Cattolica, has an affiliated hospital, okay, that is called Policlinico Gemelli University Hospital. It's the second largest hospital in the country. And it is the first oncologic hospital in Italy for the number of patients treated. And there we teach medicine, surgery, there we teach healthcare management, but in Rome, we also teach cultural diplomacy, because as I said, Rome is also the political capital of the country, and that is where the majority of the embassies are based, and that's why we teach there cultural diplomacy, because we organize field trips for our students at all the different embassies and ministries we work with. So this is just to give you an understanding of where the campuses are located and why so many campuses. Why should you consider Università Cattolica del Sacro Cuore if you are still thinking about it? Cattolica is a renowned international private institution, and keep this in mind, private and also Catholic for historical reasons in Italy means to have super close connections to the job market, and we work with a lot of companies, and it means high quality education and tailor-made services, not just for Italian students, but also for international students. We organize orientation events for our international students at the beginning of each academic year, so you get to know us in person. We support you in applying for the permit of stay. We tell you more about to build up your studying career at Cattolica. We help you familiarizing with the new academic and human environment you'll be living in. And we do that also thanks to the support of our international students associations, like the Erasmus Student Network in Milan, it's called ESN, or like the SMINT in Piacenza. These international students associations are composed of international students through, but also Italian students who want to support our international students, want to have the chance to meet and become friends with international students. Or maybe these Italian students, they spent one semester abroad, one academic year abroad. Now they're back at Cattolica and they still want to live the international life they were living abroad. So they become part of these international students associations, and you know, they organize useful and fun activities for you, like nights out, like trips during the weekend. I would love to be part of that because they really, really have fun. And they help you getting familiar with the university. Cattolica is a huge university, the largest private university in Europe. We have 100 years of history. We have more than 40,000 students, and more than 10% of our student population is made up of international students, literally coming from all over the world. We have 160 nationalities represented here at Cattolica, and we have a lot of partner universities we work with. Of course, we do teach a lot of programs in Italian, but we have more than 40 programs that are fully taught in English, not just partially, okay? Some programs might include in their curriculum Italian language classes, but they are fully taught in English, okay? So that's what I was saying at the beginning of the presentation. You don't need to know Italian because you can study in English. You want to learn Italian because you will be studying in Italy. We have an outstanding academic reputation that is reflected by our international rankings. We are a top 300 institution for 13 subjects, 13 disciplines. And this is not a good achievement for us. This is a great achievement because there are thousands of universities around the globe. And to be studying at the top 150 university for psychology, if you're interested in the bachelor in psychology, top 200 for economics and econometrics, top 200 for agricultural and forestry studies, top 300 for management studies is something. If you're interested in the employer-student connections, well, Italy, Cattolica is #1 in the country according to QS Graduate Employability Ranking 2020 for the specific criteria, employer-student connection. Does this mean that we are a job agency? For sure, you will get a job one day after graduation? No, because no university is a job agency. Keep this in mind. But at Cattolica, we do our best to support our students, Italian, international, our alumni, to get in touch with companies willing to hire them. And we rely on our stage and placement office to do that. And we also are a gateway to the world. You can decide to spend one semester abroad, one academic year abroad, one summer abroad, one winter abroad by applying for our international outbound programs. We have an outbound office, very active, located in the same building my office is located, the international office building. Talk to my colleagues, tell them you want to go to France, tell them you want to go to Germany, you want to go to the United States for one semester. we will find an opportunity for you to go abroad, study for 1 semester, 1 academic year, have your exams recognized when you will be back to Cattolica, and make your CV even more international than what it would be just spending 2 or 3 years in Italy. We also have internships dedicated abroad, okay? Alumni. So the list of Cattolica alumni is long, very, very long. And I believe that it reflects the multidisciplinary nature of the university. I told you we have 12 faculties. So we offer a lot of programs that are cross-taught, co-taught by different professors, different faculties, 5 campuses. And we excel in management and social sciences, okay? And this academic environment contributed really in shaping the professionalism of Cattolica alumni, like Concetta Lansio, the vice president of the fashion house Louis Vuitton, the former prime minister of Italy and former EU Commission president. They studied at Cattolica. But I'm also talking about younger generations alumni, like Rocco and Cristina Baldassarre, who were mentioned a couple of years ago in the Forbes 30 under 30 ranking, thanks to their advertisement company, Zebra Advertisements, okay? So they all studied at Cattolica. So my suggestion for you is to look at them, consider them as a model, as an inspiration, and start step by step building your Cattolica experience, your career, okay? Take advantage of what Cattolica has to offer in terms of services, in terms of international students associations, in terms of outbound internship opportunities. And hopefully, I was a Cattolica alumni myself. I didn't make it into this slide, but maybe you will once in the future. And I will be talking about you to other students. I told you we have 12 schools. We have 40 English taught programs in many, many areas. Okay. What we don't have at Cattolica is engineering, architecture, design, and fine arts. We're very strong in social sciences and management studies in general. You can study agribusiness at Cattolica. You can study banking, finance, and data science. You can study communication and marketing. You can study humanities. If you have questions, I'm here.
Yes, I wanted to wait a bit until you get to the part what study programs are offered at Cattolica, and we have a question: does Cattolica have master in HR?
Not specifically in human resources, but we have a lot of 1 year specializing master programs specializing in management. There is a specific Master of Science program in management, actually, where you can actually build up your second semester academic year, and you can decide to specialize in doing specific lab in HR and specific elective courses in HR if you want to do that. So it is not a full master, but you have the possibility to pick up courses in HR, okay?
Okay. We have also a question regarding the price of a study year at Cattolica. I think you will get to that part soon. Yeah. So let's wait for the slide. So we'll answer to the question.
I will cover it later. You have the chance to see all the programs we offer at Cattolica and also how much they cost, because we know that money matters. So I will cover this super soon. This is just to give you, a general overview of what you can study. So I was saying management, political science, and medicine. To have a specific focus on English taught undergraduate degrees. So I told you that an undergraduate degree lasts for 3 years, but you also have the single cycle medicine and surgery program, which lasts for 6 years. So let's start with the first one, communication management. I told you we have 5 campuses. So you see here that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 programs taught at the Milan campus, 1 program taught at the Piacenza campus, and 1 program taught at the Rome campus, okay? Communication management is taught at Milan. And it totally makes sense because I told you Milan is the commercial, digital, marketing, advertising, and design capital of Italy. The program in communication management focuses, I would say, on 3 disciplinary pillars: social sciences, and when I talk about social sciences, I talk about sociology, politics, psychology, economics, because there is a quantitative part, and media. So the program teaches students how to understand, how to manage the processes that are typical of the communication and marketing industry. And it focuses on food and fashion. That's why I was saying it totally makes sense to study it at the Milan campus. You have economics and management. I believe it's one of the most popular undergraduate programs and most challenging in terms of application and admission that we have at Cattolica. It provides students with a very solid background in economics and management during the first and during the second year. You'll be studying principles of management, principles of economics and econometrics. Then at the third year, you can decide to specialize either in economics or management, which is a great chance you have to build up your academic year at the third year at bachelor level. It doesn't happen so often in Italy. And it's important because it gives you the right basics you would need to apply for any kind of economics or management program at a master level. Then we have finance, brand new program that we opened last year. And I'm happy about that because we have the Italian Stock Exchange at literally 10-minute walking distance from campus. So Milan is the financial capital of the country, so it makes sense to have this program taught by the School of Banking and Social and Insurance Sciences in Milan. International Relations and Global Affairs. So these programs combine history, it combines history with geography, political science, geopolitics, international relations, but also economics. Don't consider it just as a qualitative program. It's also a quantitative program in the sense that you'll need to take a big exam of economics at the first year. So be ready for that. If you're absolutely not into mathematics, maybe this is not the right choice for you. If you're also interested in that, this is something you should consider. And after 2 years, you can decide to take, a gap year to start working in a non-governmental organization. You can decide to go out during the 3 years for a voluntary experience in the Middle East or in Africa. I'm super linked to this program, which is the program I was enrolled at when I was studying at Universita Cattolica, the Sacro Cuore. You have psychology, an amazing program in psychology. We have been teaching this in Italian for years. And finally, a couple of years ago, we opened the English taught bachelor degree in psychology. It focuses on an interdisciplinary knowledge of the basic and innovative issues of the psychology discipline, which is important because it means that at the end of the 3 years, graduate students will actually be able to take any kind of master degree in psychology they will be interested in, any branch of the psychology. You can do that at master level. We give you the interdisciplinary and basic knowledge that you need at a bachelor level. If you want to start working immediately after the bachelor, you can do that. You can become a junior psychology, but usually the students decide to go on studying for a Master of Science and then maybe take a PhD or specialize in the branch of psychology they're interested in. Food production management. Students basically will learn the principles and the techniques of agriculture to produce food that is good, but that is also sustainable from an economical and an environmental point of view. And you see it started at the Piacenza campus because that's where the School of Agricultural and Food Economics is located. And it's a top 200 school in the world. And then you have medicine and surgery taught in Rome. I told you it's a 6 years program. It's important for you to know that it's a very practical program. Okay, you won't spend 6 years on the books because starting from the second semester of the third year, you will start the clinical residency. It means that with a small group of other students and with a professor, a tutor, you will go to Policlinico Gemelli University Hospital. You will interact with patients, okay? And that's why, starting from the first year of medicine and surgery, we'll teach you Italian language because you'll need to talk to the patients at Policlinico Gemelli, and they are Italian. And I'm also proud to say that we really made a difference with Policlinico Gemelli during the COVID pandemic, because the former director of the Faculty of Medicine and Surgery was part of the experts committee advising the Italian Prime Minister during the first lockdown. And I'm also proud to say that we basically converted one of the university hospital into a COVID hospital. Yes, I'm ready for questions if you have any.
No, I mean, I didn't know this information you provided now. I mean, I assume that you must feel very proud of these steps the university took in the times of pandemic. And we had a question actually regarding the graduate programs. The question is, can I apply to management programs graduate if we have a degree in engineering?
Okay.
Like bachelor degree in engineering.
It's a good question because it brings me to an important explanation. Okay. In Italy, you have two kinds of graduate programs, 2-year master programs, 1-year specializing masters, as we said at the beginning of the presentation. To apply for a Master of Science program, 2 years, your academic background, so your bachelor background, must be consistent with the master program you want to apply for. So if you have a bachelor in engineering, that will be hard to get admitted into a Master of Science program in management, because we need students to have the management, statistics, business, economics knowledge at a bachelor level to succeed with the master. We can be more flexible if you want to apply for a 1-year specialized in master programs, because as we said at the beginning of the presentation, they are more practice-based, okay? So we accept applications coming from students who do not have that specific bachelor background. So if you have a bachelor in communication, do not apply for a Master of Science in Management. Maybe you can apply for a 1-year specializing master in international business. If you have a bachelor in engineering, I would rather consider 1-year specializing master options.
Okay, and another question, what is acceptance rate for medicine and surgery?
Good question, yes. We have 80 places available every year. It's a small class, okay, compared to public universities classes. We accept 50 students, 50, with a non-EU passport every year, and 30 students with a EU passport every year. And every year we receive about 300 applications from non-European Union students and more than 1,000 applications from students having the EU passport. So I would say the acceptance rate is 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5 for the non-EU group. It's way harder if you have a European Union passport, because also Italian students are competing with you if you have a EU passport.
So it's competitive, but it's not impossible. So if you start your application on time, we can say that it can happen for our students.
It happens, yes, especially for non-EU. Yeah.
Yeah. Another question, can you give me more information about Department of Political Science at Cattolica University?
The Department of Political and Social Sciences, we are an important hub in Italy for international relations in general, I would say. We also have a graduate school of international relations and global affairs at Universita Cattolica del Sacro Cuore, and also international economics, which is called ASERI, where we have a group of experts, not just Italian, but also international experts. And I'm talking about professors teaching at renowned private and public international institutions. I'm talking about people doing exactly this in their lives. So they work in the Middle East, for example, they work in Africa in dangerous countries, and they come to the ASERI school, that is also part of the Social and Political Sciences Department of Universita Cattolica, to teach to our students. So you will be exposed to a really international faculty, not just class, during your daily academic activities at Cattolica. And at the same time, we will push you to study abroad at least for 1 semester, to learn a foreign language. It's part of your curriculum. If you apply for the bachelor degree in international relations and global affairs, you will be studying French at the first and the second year, and a second language starting from the second year. So this is what makes the school great, not just the positioning in Italy, but also the fact that we basically force our students in being international, starting from their first day at Cattolica and getting to the final year.
And the score, the GPA required for management studies, we have a question.
We don't have, so the thing is, I would always say in general, we accept students with a GPA that is minimum 3 out of 5. In fact, you'll never find on the university website a minimum GPA required, because especially for master applications, we have quite an holistic approach to the evaluation. So we check your GPA, but we also check the courses you took at a bachelor level. So what did you study and what was your specific score in that course? Okay, maybe you were not great at, I don't know, psychology, but you did great in your management course. You did great in economics. I mean, we have this holistic approach. We also require students to write a personal statement. So we want to understand what's your motivation behind selecting this program. What are your expectations? What do you want to do after graduation? We want you to provide us with a reference letter from one of your professors. We want to check your CV. So we want to know what you did besides being a good or an average student at a bachelor level. So my suggestion is not to just focus on the GPA. Okay, consider that there will be more documents, also like English language certificate. Maybe you were a good student at a bachelor level, not an excellent student, but you speak fluently 4 languages, or you did a lot of extracurricular activities because you were involved into, I don't know, like small extracurricular activities with your international and national classmates. This is all part of the application procedure. This is what we want to check, okay? Not just the GPA. Do not just focus on that.
Yeah,
and if I would say 3 out of 5 is.
Yeah, if the student has a bachelor degree in finance, can he or she apply for management graduate program? I think it's possible, right?
Yes, it's not that far from the curriculum of management. You will see that there are very like super specific program requirements, but finance, I consider it still to be okay for a Master of Science in Finance, a bachelor for a Master of Science in Management, yes.
And we had another question, do you offer programs in computer science? So I invite all of you to visit Cattolica's virtual booth. There you have all the programs offered by Cattolica University on bachelor and master level. But, you know, let's say, computer science as it like a definition, I think there is no such program at Cattolica University.
That's correct, yes. I moved to this slide so you have like a general understanding of the programs we taught at Cattolica at all graduate levels, okay? So you have, for example, data analytics for business, a lot of programs in data science, banking and finance, management. And I told you that during the second semester, you'll be able to build up your curriculum and select some business labs that you can take. So you can specialize, you know, if you're interested in luxury goods management, you take the business lab in that and you start working with a company that is actually active in the luxury goods management work. You're interested in healthcare management, you either apply for the program in healthcare management in Rome, or you pick some elective courses during your second semester, second academic year in management. So you can focus on that a little bit more. If you're interested in arts management, you can apply for the methods and topics art management master degree, or for the 1 year specializing master in arts management. You might be interested in physics and technologies and innovation, and we have this program at the Brescia campus. There is really, really a lot of programs you can apply for. You want to have a chat with me specifically on that program. So we check the curriculum together, the entrance requirements together, also depending on the bachelor that you have. I'll be able to address you to what is the best fit for you, so you have more chances to be admitted for the program. You see, we have more advanced global studies. This program is specifically offered by the Graduate School of International Relations and Economics I was mentioning before. You can study corporate communication in Milan and have the chance to do an internship at, you know, 3M, Google, Leo Burnett, international marketing management, luxury goods management, cultural diplomacy, economics and finance. There's really, really, really a lot. What you want to know is that whether you want to apply for a bachelor program, a Master of Science program, a 1 year specializing master program, we offer scholarships opportunities to our international students, okay? The flat tuition fee for non-European residents would be 8,000 euros, 190 for undergraduate degrees, 15,800 for medicine and surgery, 8,690 for 2 year Master of Science programs, while the tuition for 1 year masters varies according to the program you want to apply for. You can always apply for the UCSC scholarship, the university scholarship, which is a discount on your tuition fees, a 3,000 euros discount if you are an undergraduate student, a 3,000 euros discount if you are a graduate student, and the UCSC scholarship value depends on the program if you are applying for a one-year specializing master program, but you always have scholarships available. You can also apply for the regional scholarship that we call EduCat scholarship that public universities call DSU in Italy. You can apply for it even if you are a medicine and surgery student. And well, while the university scholarship is basically given before you get enrolled at a university, so you apply for the program of your choice and you apply for the university scholarship at the same time without the need of having a different application, you get to know a feedback on the university scholarship before you decide to reserve a seat at Universita Cattolica. The EduCat scholarship, the regional scholarship, is different because you apply for it during the summer, and it is a merit and need-based scholarship. Besides showing you are a good student, you also need to collect a few documents about the economic status, economic financial situation of your family. You apply for it during the summer, you get in the final ranking by December every year, but you can actually receive it at the end of the first year at Cattolica or at any other university, because you also need to get a certain amount of credits during your first academic year at the university of your choice. So worst case scenario, let's say you only get the university scholarship. Best case scenario, you apply for the regional scholarship, you get it, and you have the tuition fees waived, or you receive a certain amount of money that you can use to cover the accommodation expensive or the meal expensive. So this is just, again, to remind you that education is considered a right and not a privilege at Cattolica and in Italy, I would say in general. How much do you need to budget to live in Italy for 1 year? I'm talking about living and not surviving, which is different, okay? From 10 to 12,000 euros per year. I would say this is pretty honest and realistic as an amount of money you need to have, you know, your apartment or a shared apartment or a room nearby the Milan campus to cover for public transportation, books, and what else, like social and leisure activities. That is not how much you spend in your leisure time, that will depend on you as well. Entry requirements, important as the years of schooling, but you don't have any problem on that. Subjects studied. This is very important. If you want to apply for economics and management at a bachelor level, you need to have good mathematics grades, okay? If you want to apply for finance, banking and finance at a Master of Science level, you do need to have a background in banking and finance and statistics. If you want to apply for management at a master level, you also need to have a background in management. This is super important. And also the language proficiency. You'll be studying in English, so you need to have an English language certificate. It can be an IELTS, it can be a TOEFL. If you studied in English at a bachelor level or at high school level, you won't need to provide us with an English language certificate. So it really depends on your background, but keep in mind that you want to have either an IELTS or a TOEFL if English was not the medium of instruction during your previous studies. When do applications open at Universita Cattolica? Applications for the medicine and surgery entrance exam will open this coming October. Today is the 25th, right? So I would say in 15 days, a couple of weeks. Medicine and surgery, make sure you apply as soon as possible, because as we were saying, it's possible to pass the entrance exam. It's possible to enroll at Cattolica. You want to practice for the entrance exam, and you can do that. You can download materials from the university website. As soon as you have paid the application fee for the program in medicine and surgery, 160 euros, you can receive the link to an online simulator, which contains 3,000 questions taken from past exams, and you can start practice on it. That's why I like apply as soon as possible if it's something you want to do. The applications for the other bachelor degrees and master degrees will open in mid-December. So you have a little bit more time to prepare your documents, but you talk to the academic staff, you talk to the academic advisor, so they make sure that your applications is prepared in the best way possible. You collect all the documents, you translate what you had to translate. And my recommendation, and this is the last thing probably I would do before sharing with you my personal economy information, is that if you already know what you want to do, prepare your documents, prepare your English language certificate, and apply as soon as possible. Because last year for bachelor degrees, we had a long waiting list. So I hope that if you already know what you want to do, you'll apply by the first or by the second deadline. And well, the academic staff is here for you. I'm here for you. So any questions you have, feel free just to to join me for a Zoom meeting. And this is all from my side. I'm in time, right?
Yes, sharply, like on time. But just the final question: when students apply, how much time do they need to wait to receive a final answer from the university?
It depends on the program you apply for, I would say. Medicine and surgery specifically meet the entrance test. We're quite fast with the applications of Master of Science programs, and when you specialize in master programs, a little bit slower, I have to tell you, for bachelor degrees. But I would say always consider from 4 to 6 weeks, okay, to be realistic.
Okay.
I'm not sure it is considered a long time or just a short time. I want to be really realistic with you, from 4 to 6 working weeks.
Okay, so that would be all, since we are, having another presentation. I think all the questions that we had are being answered during the presentation. Okay. However, I invite you all to use this opportunity to speak to Ariana. There is her beautiful virtual booth. And you can download brochures and start to chat or book one-on-one meeting if there are any left, and inform yourself about study options at Cattolica. Thank you, Ariana, once more. It was really super informative presentation, and I hope you will meet a lot of interested students for studies at Cattolica.
I hope so as well. Thank you so much. Waiting for you in my booth. Thank you again, and ciao a tutti.
Thank you.
See you in Italy.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.